So please state your name and tell me a little about what do you see the future energy consumer will look like?
I'm Ray Galvin, and I think that the future energy consumer could be different from today in two important ways. I think that, and in a way they're contradictory. I think in one sense that there will be certain types of energy service that people are very much individually in control over, even more than they are today. On the other hand, I think there'll be those that they're not individually in control over, but that they're very much societal things. The first one, for example, electric cars. People can decide, as electric cars become more and more prolific, people can decide when they're going to charge their cars. So there's a lot of scope there for demand-side management. We can also help people, train people in how far and fast to put their foot down on the accelerator in electric cars, because that makes a huge difference in terms of how much they consume energy and what kind of average speeds they try to reach. With regard to another area, for example, ICT computing, it seems that ICT computing grows socially in that it kind of connects itself through all kinds of social ways, so that it's not a case of some individual somewhere being able to just switch off their computer when they want to, because they're dependent so much on doing so many things through ICT. So in that sense, there need to be social solutions which may be very heavily policy-based and which may actually require quite strict regulations in terms of what kind of CO2 levels and energy consumption levels are allowed through CO2. In both cases, I think some kind of feedback, either to the individuals or to the company directors with the ICT, could make a big difference.
So the way to interact with the future customer is to give them personal feedback?
In areas where that can make a difference. And I mentioned electric cars, but also, for example, in the increasing number of low-energy homes, highly energy efficient, which are very easy to overheat, and people need a lot of agency-based control over how they keep those homes at the right temperature without over-consuming. On the other hand, however, I think that you've really got to look at the bigger societal picture and really engage policymakers in an important way for areas of energy consumption which are not just individually controlled.
So some areas will be automated and some will require engagement of the end consumer.
I think everything is going to require engagement so I see what you mean. Okay, some will require engagement of the end consumer, very much. And of course, I guess everything does to some extent, because you can forget or not to switch your computer off. But other things will have a kind of a automated, or if you like, will need to have a highly regulated side to them. A bit like building regulations work now, we're going to have to think carefully about how to expand our CO2 trading system so that we can actually bring that into areas which seem to have a life of their own because they're socially driven.
Thank you.